Okay, now Joey just told me that little inside story that they may be listening where he works. But the bottom line is that he was a little under the weather this morning. He needed to come in to eat so that he'd have the energy to drive all the way up to Daytona. You're driving up there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, so he needed a little energy. Because the last thing we want to see is have him get canned because he appeared on the show.
I have no life.
Yeah. He'd be hanging out with Super Dave after that. Anyway, here's one of our favorite new callers, ladies and gentlemen, from Kendall.
Hi, Neil.
A chronic in his own mind, Mr. Tremor.
I have 2 spy reports, first of all.
Wait a minute. Here's a little message on the screen here. It says, Scott says the Mets will take 2 out of 3. Is that what he said? Tell Scott that he's full of it, okay? Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I have 2 spy reports, Neil. First of all, on Larry King last night, he sang. He was singing last night for about a minute.
He was what?
He was singing.
Singing?
He was singing. It was horrible. Have you seen Hello, Dolly?
Yeah.
It was worse than Walter Matthau singing.
Was it as bad as the poetry that Al Michaels was doing with Jim Palmer and what's his name and McCarver?
Oh.
Worse.
He made the poetry reading.
You know, let me ask you.
Like
wait a minute. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you know Steve from Hollywood who calls Bill Calder all the time?
I don't get up that early.
No, I'm not asking you, but I just wondered if you knew him because I think you both have the same affliction, okay? Because you're both very hyper. And after I listen to either one of you for about 30 seconds, I feel like I'm going to have a massive stroke.
Yeah, well, I have a speech impediment.
No, you don't.
I do. I stutter a lot. I'm in speech therapy.
Are you really?
Yeah, I am. Seriously.
Well, see, now when you say that makes me feel bad, like I was making fun of you. You just said that to make me feel bad, didn't you?
I swear to God, every Tuesday I have speech therapy. It's not, I don't care.
But you sound hyper, though. I don't think it's a speech problem. I think
well, that's why I'm Polish. I'm naturally hyper.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so, and the other spy report, I was listening to the Met game, and I was watching the Cub game without sound because I needed to see some real baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And during the first rain delay, during the first Mets rain delay, John Moynihan came on with Extra Sports Line, and a guy called, and at the end of it he said, "We're dying over here," and John Moynihan's like, "Huh?" So I don't know. He doesn't have any taste. He doesn't listen to you.
I'm dying over here.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the call, and John Moynihan's like, "Huh?" And the caller said, "Never mind."
Yeah, well, John Moynihan doesn't know his armpit from his elbow, okay? If Ed Kaplan would have been on, he'd have known what it was all about.
Ed Kaplan probably would. He says some nice things about you, but...
Although Ed Kaplan, by the way, better retract his awful statements about the Orioles because they're just running away with it. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
And that leads me up to my next point. Do you think that Don Zimmer's doing a better job than Frank Robinson? I don't think so.
Well, they're not in the same league, okay? They have the manager of the year in the American League and the manager of the year in the National League, okay?
Oh, but still, if they're in the same league, who do you think would be doing the better job?
Well, I don't know. I mean, of course Robinson's got to get all the credit because they were so bad last year. That's why everybody thinks it's so great. He's doing a great job.
Okay, now, I am a big...
But they're not in the same league, so why do you have to be a troublemaker? They're in 2 different leagues.
Okay, excuse me.
Can't they both win an award and make you happy?
But excuse me, I'm only 15. I'm a teenager in summer vacation. I turned my brain off, so...
Okay, well, I understand that.
Okay, I have a couple more questions.
Well,
okay.
wait a minute. You got a couple of more questions?
Okay, one more.
I got the news. Well, hold on a minute. Are you going anywhere?
I'm not going anywhere unless my parents come.
All right. Well, hold on a minute, okay?
Okay.
Now, I don't have any idea what I'm putting him on hold because he makes me just nervous as hell, but I just... See, he gave me a guilt trip now, so if he played that little game, you know, to give me a guilt trip, so I'm going to hold him over, and we'll see if he's got anything important. Okay, Chuck's got the 1 o'clock news, and we'll come back at 1:05. Steve with the urine lady at 2.
The 1 to 2 hour.
This is the most disgusting program. I urge everyone to complain to this station.
Okay, 107 at WIOD. Speaking of complaints, we got a letter here from Trent, from a pissed-off listener, it says. He says, please show this to Glenn. He can't get it through his head that the callers may enjoy chronics, but the listeners find these jackasses boring. Well, he's got boring written several times, but it would be boring if I read it. Every time they call, I think, oh no, not this schmuck again. I listen to hear you, Glenn, and other radio pros, not would-be stars, so cut it out. And he's written this on the back. This is incredible. There are a couple of pages. I don't know what book these are from, but from one of those broadcast school handbooks, you know. And it's talking about formats, and it's talk radio. It says, well-done shows with professional hosts attract loyal listening audiences, but another major problem of call-in shows is repeat callers who do nothing day after day except sit around and call the host. Okay? Can I give you just a little bit of a hint?
I have no life.
Exactly. Anyway, so there's just a little tidbit. Boy, are we going to rip him an ass all week long while he's gone. I hope he has a great time in Vegas and he wins a lot of money and all of that, but we're just going to rip him to shreds. And then when he comes back the following Monday, when we finish our 2 or 3 hours recapping the weekend about the Cubs, then you can all call it, he was terrible. He ripped you all week long. I never heard anything like it. All you yentas out there can have a field day, okay? Oh, you're still on the line, right?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, now did you hear what I just read about chronic callers with irritating voices? And
Yeah,
people...
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I don't care what they say. I don't care about it. Well, so I have just 2 questions, 1 comment.
Rick Alpo, who's in here having a little lunch with us, just said that you call all the time and he wishes you would die.
A lot of people wish that. I don't pay attention to it.
Okay, well, I like your attitude.
I'm not
okay?
exactly popular.
He
Not
said, in
yet.
fact, he'd like to make it happen, okay? He wants your address. No, he said you're okay. He said you're okay. You're just kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
Okay.
Okay, so I have 2 questions. First of all, on the Steve Kane show,
I have no answers about that show, sir. If you expect me to be responsible, I mean, he's got the urine lady coming on today, and he had a pisser of a show yesterday too. So I have no idea what it's all about.
No, I just want to know if they use a script.
No.
I can't believe that. And also, how come no one has ever heard Michael Jackson and Jimmy Carter at the same time?
Okay, is that it?
One more thing, I'm a Met
Okay.
fan.
Oh,
I'm a Met fan, so
God.
I'm crying over here. Bye.
I'm dying over here.
Have a great life. Boy, is he good or what, huh? Next time he calls, put him on hold for just a couple of minutes, okay, to make him a little more humble. Like for about 3 hours. Okay, we have an open line in Dade. This is that big 1 to 2 hour that all the people in the business tune in here. I guess that's all over with now that we went down a point in the book. We finally had a down book after all this time. And Bill Tanner called in. I found it fascinating that Bill called in so quickly. When we go up all the time, Bill never calls in, does he? But when we finally had we had a fluke in June in a sampling, which must have been some kind of horrendous aberration in Beltsville, and we went down a point, which isn't the end of the world, but all of a sudden Tanner was on the phone to give us the great news. Yeah, and also the fact that he went up. Of course, the fact that Hot had like a 98 share, he didn't mention that. And he said that all their listeners, what did he say? They were all black and they all came in on a bus somewhere from out of town. I don't know what he said. Anyway, it's 10 minutes after 1. I think alibi is the word I'm looking for. Miami, hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, buddy?
Great, pal.
First-time caller.
Well, that's great. Now, don't become chronic now. You're not going to do that on us,
No,
right?
no.
You call us again like around next Sukkot?
I originally started listening to Steve, but then I started listening to you when you came over WIOD, and I am really obsessed with your show.
Great. Well, you know, I'm obsessed with this show, too.
Let me tell you something.
I come in here every day, have a nice lunch, and today especially, it's like a little picnic because I don't have anybody bugging me today.
Today's the best show I've heard.
And every Friday
ever.
they bring a gigantic paycheck in here, and it's great, you know, and I go home and just laugh.
I think it's the best show ever, all the baseball talk. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I hate to break the news to certain anti-sports people. I mean, this is not a sports show. We do discuss a lot of other things, but it's the middle of summertime, and there are a few people out there who are into baseball, okay, like about two-thirds of the country.
Well, you know, my wife called you yesterday while you were eating lunch. Remember about the Oreo cheesecake?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's listening for only 2 days. She's been listening. She's already a chronic. Calls you every day now. So, D, if you're listening,
Well, tell her to cut that out,
don't
okay?
call anymore, D. You've got enough chronics as it is.
Tell her to get a life already, or she's going to be out of work.
I have no life.
Right.
No, listen, I'm a Yankee fan, so you know how bad season's been for me.
Well, you know something? It's not important whether you win or lose. It's whether you have a good sense of humor about it, okay?
That's true.
For example, there are some games, like last night, before the game started, and this is the honest-to-goodness truth, I said to Dave, to Big Dave, I said, this game they might as well forfeit because Kilgus is pitching. In fact, when there was a rain delay, I was hoping that the sky would open up and it would rain like you have no idea, okay? And then Kilgus, we wouldn't have had to use him in this rotation. It would have been great. And then as it turned out, through a major miracle, we wind up winning the game. So as long as you have the right attitude, that's what counts.
I fell asleep last night. I didn't get to see the last inning, the 9th or the 11th. I just fell
Oh,
asleep.
man, I'll tell you, you just can't believe it.
I know, because the whole game was so boring, my God.
That's correct. That's
Right.
correct. But we made up for it.
Yeah, I'm so glad. Well, my wife is from Chicago, so she's a big Cubby fan, so...
Excellent. Well, tell her that ought to calm her down for a few days and stay off the phone. Okay?
Really, I told her, Dean, don't call Neil anymore. He doesn't like chronics, okay?
I have no life.
Okay.
All right,
Have a great
Mike,
weekend.
can I just call somebody something?
Sure.
Mike, Juan, Ali, and Dee, you're all subhuman douchebags.
Okay.
Thank you, buddy.
See ya.
Bye.
Boy, we had a great lunch today from Wings Plus, and I didn't overdo it, and I feel like I can still talk. You notice how most days after lunch, I'm in the bag, I think is the way to put it. Yeah, I can't talk, and I'm like incoherent. And today I feel great. And, of course, there was no pressure. And you notice we had several people who kind of wandered in, and nobody got upset about it. Yesterday, boy, I wish you could have seen yesterday, because Spiced Apple came and they brought just tons and tons of food. And he started getting that look, that hysterical look in his eye, getting real red in the face, and all upset like he does. For nothing. They were just, we had enough food here for an army. It was like Sadie's buffet on a big day, okay? Tons of food. And he had to have people come through here and pig out. And he was just getting all bent out of shape. But hopefully when he gets back from vacation, maybe he'll get laid or something in Vegas, something good will happen, and he'll be in a good frame of mind, okay, for the first time in about 2 years. 114 at WIOD.
Hi, this is Michael Jackson, and I just want to say hi to all my fans. I love each and every one of you. And I want you to know that I gained 10 pounds. Yeah, that's right. Now I weigh 53.
Okay, it's 118 at WIOD, and I want to thank Big Bob, who sent over, I'm not sure I want to thank him yet. He sent over this big box, and it says Whiff and Puff Variety Pack. Probably something Captain Dave would have enjoyed. And it's got all these things of pipe tobacco. There are like 2, 4, 6, 7 containers, and this is 25 years old. Okay? He said he doesn't know if they'll still be any good. And it's Levitt and Pierce. I wonder if that's from the same Levitt that we know from Palm Beach.
Uh-huh.
And I think probably when I open these up, because they're all like sealed in plastic and hermetically sealed, but I have a feeling they're going to be a little wormy and squirmy inside. You know what I mean? After 25 years? Boy, good luck. But thanks for the sentiment, Big Bob. 19 past 1. Let's go to Boca. Hello. Boca? Boy, they make me sick up there. Isn't that the second time today that happened on the Boca line? I hope that there's a plague of locusts that descends in Boca and just eats every single one of you, like just chews you up. Dade County, hello.
Neil.
Yeah.
Could you play Cafeteria Santeria of Hialeah for me?
Why?
Well, because I want my parents to hear that song.
Your parents are listening to this show?
Yeah.
Have they ever heard... What?
My dad, he's a trucker.
Is this Joey?
No.
Well, you sound just like Joey. Little Joey.
No.
You going to the track this weekend?
Well, no.
Okay.
My dad is.
Your dad is. Well, that's good. We like make sure somebody in your family makes a contribution. Okay, I was just stalling for time. I got it right here, okay?
Okay.
What's your first name?
Sean.
Sean.
Yeah.
You don't know Sean Cassidy, do you?
No.
Okay, well, I didn't want Alice Rantel to get all upset. Okay, have a great weekend, Sean.
Okay.
See ya. 20 minutes past 1 at WIOD.
Tired of the same old restaurants? Try the Cafeteria Santeria of Hialeah.
How much is that doggy on the menu? The one with the barbecue tail. How much is that doggy on the menu? I'm sure glad the chef's out of jail.
No matter what the weather's like outside, it's always raining cats and dogs at the Cafeteria Santeria of Hialeah. We'll make your stomach stop growling and make your neighbor's pit bull stop doing the same thing. Talk about delicious. Mmm. Your meal is always fresh. We kill it right on the premises. For a heavenly meal at a sacrifice price, it's the Cafeteria Santeria. Try it once. You'll eat there religiously.
How much is that doggy on the menu? The one that is fried in deep fat. Please bring me that doggy on the menu. And bring a side order of cat.
Walk, run, or catch a greyhound for the Cafeteria Santeria of Hialeah, where we give new meaning to the word pet food.
Okay, 21 after 1 at WIOD. Is this call really from El Paso?
This is from El Paso, Neil.
Well, what the hell are you doing in a place like that?
Well, I lived down in the Florida Keys for 5 years and listened to your show all the time and never called you.
Yeah.
You convinced me that South Florida was a terrible place to be.
It is. It's horrendous.
I loaded up my boat.
Like a nightmare.
I left Islamorada through Channel 5 and sailed up to Cape Fear, where my sister lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I could hear you all the way up south of Charleston.
No, come on.
And every afternoon from 10 to 2, I would tune in and listen to the Neil Rogers show until it got so bad I couldn't hear you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't got nothing like you out here.
Well, I'm sure of that. In El Paso, I would think so.
And I've been going through Neil Rogers' withdrawal.
They do have a Mexican guy on the air there, though, who says douchebag in Spanish once every hour.
But I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your show for the time I listened to it, and I could hear you all the way up past Jacksonville.
Great. Well, that's exciting. I want to say hello to all our listeners in Marietta, Georgia this morning.
I thought maybe you didn't need a long-distance phone call to make your show today.
Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Call us again, collect sometime, will you please?
Hey, you guys take care.
Okay, you too.
Keep it up.
Bye. Call from El Paso. Boy, we really are doing the big time today. 23 past 1 at WIOD. I don't know about the Neil Rogers squeeze bottle at Char Hut. I do know it did not come in yesterday. We don't have any word on it. We do have another Char Hut spot toward the end of the hour, thanks to some great scheduling by our traffic department. But I just don't know, okay? And at this point, well, I don't want to say I don't care, because I care, but I'm just not going to have a nervous breakdown about it, because one of these days, real soon, they will show up at all 7 South Florida Char Huts, and the deal is you take them back all the way through Labor Day and get half-price refills on Coke or any other soda in those Neil Rogers squeeze bottles as soon as they show up, which should be like any second. Now, I will confess that yesterday I had an Italian sausage and some onion rings from Char Hut, okay? And the Italian sausage, you can go in and get the charburgers and hot dogs and that great white chicken breast. I mean, those are all great too, but the Italian sausage, trust me, is so good that it's indescribable. It is spicy and tasty, and when you get it with a little slice of melted cheese and onion and hot sauce on it, it's one of the greatest sandwiches in the history of mankind. And they're all waiting for you. It's inexpensive. It's quick. They cook it for you fresh on the grill no matter what you order at all 7 South Florida Char Huts. So you get the Char Hut habit. They're in Sunrise, Tamarack, Davie, Hollywood, Miami, Oakland Park, and Margate.
Catch Yankees baseball.
27 after 1 at WIOD. By the way, Nick passed along a couple of really fascinating things from the papers here. One is from the New York Post, of all places. The other one's from the Herald, from the weekend thing, Things to Do. And the WAXY-FM class reunion, which was scheduled for 7:30 tomorrow night at the Knight Center in Miami, has been canceled. Isn't that a shame? I wonder if it's because of lack of interest. And I've been hearing, since I came back, when I punch them up once in a while, which isn't too often, I hear those obnoxious Ricky-Ticky promos about Jim Dunlop and all these old... He's so obsessed living in the past. That's his whole thing, you know, about come on out, we're going to relive the past with all these old waxy jocks that nobody cares about.
And one of the very easy and inexpensive, underline in red, ways of doing that is doing what Neil is doing.
Well, of course, the only problem with that is we have an audience, but Waxy's class reunion evidently did not because it's been canceled. Bad break. Also, here's an ad in the New York Post, full page for the Walk with the Stars at the Larry King Celebrity Health Walk, okay? And the first 1,000, now what's the date for this? Sunday, July 23rd. This Sunday, the first 1,000 walkers to register receive a beautiful Larry King commemorative T-shirt. And on the back of the T-shirt is there's a form of a blank check that Larry has signed personally at the bottom.
They don't come any better than Hank Goldberg.
No question about it. So we got some exciting stuff coming up, or not, as the case may be. 28 past 1 at WIOD. Let's go to Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil. How are you this afternoon?
Great.
You know, you sound so good. I'm a first-time caller, but a very long-time listener.
Yes.
And you're sounding better and better every day, but today you sound so good. You sound like you're free.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I feel like I've been let out of jail.
Yeah, like you
I
have
don't want to
ball
get
and
him
chain.
paranoid or anything, but boy, I feel like I actually have my show back and I can do whatever the hell I want.
Exactly.
And I don't have all this. Do you know how much? I want you to, seriously, I'm not joking about this. Do you know how much pressure there is when you're sitting and everything you say, you have this, you know, it's like It's like a meter, like an applause meter, and there's like somebody sitting here giving you an ugly look and getting red in the face and throwing things and throwing a tantrum and interrupting. And today I can actually sit here and go through the whole thing, and if people, a lot of people did happen to see last night's game, which was an incredible ending, and, if we want to talk about that, fine, or whatever, whatever the hell we want to do, and that's the show,
You just sound great today, and I'm really happy. I've been listening to the whole show like I usually do. I'm not really a chronic or anything like that, but I listen as much as I can because I am a salesman, and of course, and I listen a lot in the car. But today I decided to call you, and I want to talk about a little bit about last night's game. And,
really?
Yeah, in the sense where the announcers, as we all know, all three are pretty sad. And I don't know which one of them said it last night in the ninth inning, and I was waiting for something to happen, like most Cubs fans. And in the ninth inning, one of them says something about, oh, look at the wind, it's so windy, and the Giants, they've got to be right at home.
Yeah, they kept saying that.
Yeah,
they kept on saying that.
Next thing you know, right after one of them said that, here comes the fly, the short fly that
Brett Butler,
totally
he looked great on that.
And I'm laughing at home. I'm saying, oh, yeah, well, they're really in their ballpark today, yeah, And the Cubs come back and they tie the game, and I'm so glad because I really dislike Bedrosian. I don't like him. He's a good competitor and all, but I don't like him. Ever since he was in Atlanta, I dislike him. And, well, it was great. It was great what happened, and, it's so funny just to listen to these guys always do the same thing and always say the same things and always mess up like that. And one other thing I wanted to add is about the satellite. I've had a satellite for quite a while, and I wanted to know if there's any games that you don't know how to locate. I know pretty much everywhere.
Oh, I got them all, believe me.
Yeah, you know how to locate the KBL, the Pittsburgh Pirates Entertainment Network?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's good.
The only thing I don't understand, last night, where were you watching? Were you watching it on a regular channel on 10?
No, I was definitely watching on the satellite.
Okay, because I watched it on WABC in New York.
That's T1, isn't it? Right?
No, it's F204.
F204, okay.
But the reason you mentioned T1, the ABC feeds are on T1.
Right, exactly.
Now, I turned on there because usually about an hour before the game, you get to tune in and you hear them all setting up and screwing around.
Which is pretty funny.
And I saw the California-Detroit game, which was the second game.
Right. See, they have on T1.
But the Cubs-Giants game, I got into a panic because I couldn't find where. So I don't know where the ABC affiliates were picking it up from because I couldn't find it anywhere on the satellite.
And you look through the whole T1.
Yeah.
Because usually on T1 Channel 4, okay, that's
a backup game.
Right, exactly.
But T117 is usually the main game, and the great part about that is that, like, when there's a rain delay, you can see the progress. In other words, because they stay right with it, and you still are there, and you listen to them eating and screwing around.
Exactly.
And I couldn't find it. I have no idea where it was.
Well, do you get SpaceNet 3 easily on yours?
Yeah.
Okay, because on mine, I have to go through the antenna and go west a couple of notches, and then from there, punch in S3 in order to get it. And that's how I get the KBL Entertainment. I thought maybe you had a little trouble with that.
No,
a lot
in
of people don't even know how to get there.
WSBK in Boston's on S3 too. Some of the Red Sox games.
And the Detroit games too.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds great. I also wanted to say that Harry Carey, which thank God he's going to be going into the Hall of Fame. I really like him and everything. It's just that lately, the last few years, I've been enjoying listening to him because he mispronounces so many Latin names. And it's really
he
funny.
mispronounces all names lately. I mean, but that's what makes him fun. He's incoherent. He's been great.
Okay, Neil, well, you're having a great time, I can see, and I'm having a great time listening, and I'm sure everybody else is.
Well, I'm glad we're all having a great time.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
See ya.
So I'll be seeing you soon.
Thanks.
Bye.
You having a great time?
I am.
Good. Anyway, wait till you hear this, boy. You are it's good we got the urine lady coming on Steve's show today, because when you hear this, you're going to pee in your pants. This story from Associated Press. I can't get over this. Isn't it something how Tanner has become sneaky, like he called us the other day to tell me about our ratings that we went down a point? I'm not making this up. Miami radio station, WPOW-FM, that's Power 96, offering Oliver North a $150,000 a year contract, a one-year contract to become a morning on-air personality. What? Vice President and Program Director Bill Tanner said the proposal is 100% serious. He said Power's listeners feel the former White House aide was following orders in the Iran-Contra affair. Yeah, they were just following orders. That's like what the Nazis all said, too, right? North's duties would consist largely of commenting on national and world affairs. I'm sure that the Power audience is very concerned about national and world affairs. They don't know Oliver North from Mr. and Mrs. North, okay? And chatting with listeners who call in. However, he would also take a hand in introducing some of the top 40 musical selections featured by WPOW on its Tanner in the Morning show. A contract was mailed today to Dwayne Ward, a North aide. There has been no direct response from North as yet. In fact, rumor has it he may be shredding the contract even as we speak. Okay, so... Oh, is that pathetic or what? Are they desperate at power or what? Desperate. I don't want to mention the fact again that Hot 105 is just kicking the crap out of them like about a 2-to-1 margin, but they're desperate. Anyway, it's 1:34. We want to remind you, if you're desperate for good, dependable transportation, then head for Toyota of Hollywood. And believe me, I'm serious about this. If you buy a used car from one of those little roadside, horrendous used car flop houses, then you got to be nuts. On 441 especially, you can go up and down 441, and also on Federal Highway. There are a whole bunch of those little used car lots, you know, and they've got all the cars with the big prices painted in the windshield out there on the road. And if you buy a used car there, 99 times out of 100, you're buying somebody else's problems that they desperately wanted to get rid of, and you're also not going to have it backed up with anything, okay? Fly by night is the name I'm looking for. When you buy a great used car at Toyota of Hollywood, you know it's been completely reconditioned. You know that the lemons they may have gotten as trade-ins are not going to be on the lot. They'll get rid of those in a different way. And you know they're going to stand behind it with great service and reliability, too. So if you just want some good, dependable, solid transportation, check out the used car lot right across the street from the brand new car lot on 441 at Toyota of Hollywood. And if you're in the market for a beautiful new Toyota, don't forget the Toyota hotline. Call 1-800-842-4699 for a specific quote on the car of your dreams at Toyota of Hollywood.
Hey, dummy. Why are you standing in the middle of a railroad crossing?
My wife said, meet her at the track.
She meant Flagler Dog Track.
I think you're right.
Fabulous Flagler Greyhound Track is open. Flagler will pay out over $2 million every week.
Even I can hit a greyhound.
Flagler's $15,000 sprint stake race is finally here. 8 top dogs do battle at Saturday's 12:30 matinee. Plus, win your share of over $2 million. Flagler Greyhound Track, right off 836 at 37th Avenue. 12:30 matinees every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. The $15,000 sprint stake at Saturday's 12:30 matinee. Flagler Greyhound Track. The dogs pay. Post time 7:45 tonight.
Larry Sugarman here with 6 good reasons why you might want to drop by the Dade Golf Center. Number 1, selection. We've got 10,000 square feet of nothing but golf, filled with more sticks, balls, bags, shoes, apparel, and accessories. Number 2, great service. People who are really dedicated to seeing that all your questions are answered, all your needs are met, and all your expectations fulfilled. Number 3, low prices. Well, enough said. Number 4, our full-service repair shop can get you in and out quick when it comes to regripping, reshafting, and refinishing jobs, and no one does it better. Number 5, atmosphere. The Dade Golf Center is a fun place to shop, a big place filled with unique golf products and golf experts who have a unique philosophy. It's called Don't Be Pushy. Number 6, a full line of demo clubs. You can swing in our large indoor hitting area or take them outdoors to your driving range and to the course. You're under no obligation. Remember, we're the Dade Golf Center on the east side of the Palmetto, just north of 122nd Street, where you can do more of this or less of this. Did I mention the great selection? What? Who?
Larry Sugarman. Larry Sugarman? I don't know. What happened to him? Is he working somewhere now? We don't know. Anyway, we got another Char Hut spot coming up in the last break, and thank goodness for that, because Bill Mullen really screwed up big time again, and thanks to little Laura in continuity, we got the straight information. So in just a few minutes, we'll have the information about the exciting information, the alleged information about the Neil Rogers squeeze bottles at Char Hut. But Bill Mullen, I just mentioned this in passing, not for any, I don't have any axe to grind, you know. Well, I really do. But he screwed up again big time, okay? It's unusual for Bill, isn't it? Anyway, Willie, who sends us the CDs all the time, I wish you'd cut it out because he sent me another Steely Dan CD. I don't know, does he think it's funny? I mean, these are brand new CDs, and I don't get it at all. Do you like Steely Dan?
No.
You hate him? Do you like him? No, I can't. I'd be glad to give it to somebody who likes Steely Dan. I'll just put it away in the thing, and we'll find somebody who's into it, and I'll give it away. Or maybe I'll take it home, okay, and let the dogs eat it. All right, let's take a call. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil. How are you?
Great.
I was I'm also an avid baseball viewer and listener on radio when they do the games, and I heard you talking to that other caller. Do you have on your sets the multivision? Do you have that capability? That is where you get the main picture and a...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I sure do. Mm-hmm.
That's indispensable.
Well, you know, I have one of those super VHF VCRs, which is how you do that, and or one of the ways you can do that. But the problem is that my remote control is broken, and I just never keep thinking to take it in. So all those special effects, including the multivision, where you can get like all these different channels,
at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible when you see more than one game.
Well, I'll be honest with you. When when you're a Cubs fan, the pressure from just the one game is so much that it's just almost unbearable.
I wanted to ask you one more thing. I listen to a lot of the driving home. I listen to a lot of the Yankee games at night, and I'd like to get your opinion because I think John Sterling is probably the worst.
No, I'd say he's in the worst 5.
Okay.
He's not as bad as Billy Sample on the Braves.
Well, Billy Sample has awakened.
No, Billy Sample's like the Rip Van Winkle of baseball.
But Sterling, I mean, that's a big time job for New York.
Yeah, isn't it? You know, that's the thing that gets me about New York. You know, New Yorkers all think that everything from New York is the best. And yet when you look at the broadcasters, and they used to have Mel Allen and Red Barber, nothing but, and Russ Hodges with the Giants.
Right. Even last year, the crew, Hutton and Greenwald were pretty good.
Fair, but certainly a lot better than this. But between Birdbrain Johnstone and John Sterling, who even bombed with the Braves.
Oh.
I mean, wouldn't you think Steinbrenner, with all that money, could go out and hire some professional announcers and generate a little excitement? Sterling's about as exciting as a dead frog, and they try to be funny, and they're not. They're as funny as a funeral.
Well, he says a bad joke, and for some reason Johnstone thinks it's so funny he has to repeat it using different words.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, I'm insulted by listening to that come out of New York, and then you've got this post-game show in which Sterling seems to be sucking down a beer.
Yeah, he seems to be lost on that show. I heard it one night, and he didn't know whether to scream or eat a banana. He didn't know whether to get out of it or say goodbye or hello, and I don't understand it.
He punctuates each comment with a grep.
Yeah.
But, okay,
Well, listen, when you watch the Yankees, you're probably grepsing a lot, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, have a good one.
You too.
141 at WIOD. Laura likes Steely Dan. We'll tell Laura to get her little butt in here. We'll give her the CD, okay? I don't want to waste it. Also a message that Bill Mullen is in the Bahamas now. Well, good. I hope he loses his ass, okay? Miramar, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Great.
I was wondering, have you been listening to Data's morning show lately?
I tuned it in yesterday on the way to work to see if they were still there, and Captain Dave was among the missing. He wasn't on.
And one thing, I just can't understand how they have the same goddamn topic for, the last 8 months. Things that sound dirty but aren't.
Yeah. Well, they think that's their way of getting away with saying a bunch of foul stuff on the air and being cute about it. And first of all, none of it is funny. And secondly, after the book came out and they had a 1-2 on Wednesday, or whatever day it was, I don't know how they can even show up anymore. Was Caprita on this morning?
I don't know. I don't listen to it anymore because it's like a soap opera. It just keeps on going.
But it doesn't go anywhere.
I mean, you call a year from now and you watch it, it'll be the same thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, they turn the corner on the ratings.
Oh, they turn that corner, man. But, when you go to a 1-2 in the morning, it's like having a mix master playing, in the transmitter and having nobody live there, just having the sound of a blender playing. I mean, they could do a 1-2.
Are they going to still go to satellite? Because I saw that sign got taken down.
Well, which sign got taken down? They got the new ones up, the ones that have Zeta on a tombstone. Haven't you seen those?
They do? I haven't seen it.
It says, it takes you aback. And they must have had a psychic feeling when they put that up because they must have known that the book was coming out with a 1-2 in the morning. That must have taken them aback, too, I'll tell you.
And, and one thing is that I remember when you were on there, and you had Captain Dave. I think that Captain Dave is pretty funny, but
he is, but not with that. He doesn't fit in with that crowd over there.
The Colonel is
the Colonel, and then that Brad. He's about as funny as terminal cancer,
Yeah, I was wondering. You know what I like about the Cubs is it's like they're innocent. You know what I mean?
Like they're what?
They're innocent. They never win, but the people in the cut in Chicago are just the greatest fans.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't even expect them to win. And
right.
They sell out every day.
It's like last night. I was amazing because of one of the most boring, awful games they've ever played, I think, until the last inning. And in spite of that, as they panned around the crowd, everybody seemed to be like having a good time. So maybe they're all stoned out of their mind. I don't know what it is, but they're having a great time.
Yeah, because and also the announcers. I love it when Harry Carey tries to pronounce Andres Galarraga.
Yeah, Galarraga. Yeah, he's Harry's tremendous, man. He's just. In fact, just the other day he called Andre Dawson, Andre Rogers again, and I've counted now 6 times this year. He called Lloyd McClendon, Gordon McClendon, who's an old radio broadcaster from about 100 years ago. So we ought to put together a book about Harry's malaprops.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to tell you one thing is that when I go to school, I was in the yearbook, and they had this thing, the top things that, you were happy about or unhappy about. And, one of the top things that they weren't happy about was you getting off of Zeta in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
What school is this?
Miramar.
Oh, yeah. We were giant in Miramar.
Yeah, and people were wearing, there were people who were almost on the verge of suicide.
Yeah. In fact, one of the kids called me the other day.
That really frost my ass a little bit.
I think it was Harry Jr. Listen, have a great weekend.
Okay, you too. And what's that? Okay, can I hold on to the lightning round?
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
What?
I was about to say, we've gone through the whole show and no one's...
No, have you noticed the difference today? These people are actually wanting to talk to me. I mean, I'm sure there are a few of them on there that were really just holding for a lightning round, but it's... I don't want to jump to any conclusions. By the way, Laura never came and got her Steely Dan CD, and if she doesn't get her little ass in here real soon, I'm going to, put it where the moon don't shine, okay? All right. Oh, now look at what he did. He erased that message from Laura. Didn't she say that the corporate people who build... No, you can't take it. And Laura already... Well, if she doesn't come in 5 minutes and get it, you got it. Anyway, the corporate people, Bill Malden was supposed to call him, but he's in the Bahamas, probably getting a bunch of freebies or something again. And tomorrow, for sure, they promise us the Neil Rogers refillable squeeze bottles will be at all 7 char huts, okay? So if you're a gambling person, you can just take out your life savings and bet somebody next door to you probably say, oh, it'll never be there. They don't know what they're talking about. They have no confidence in us, okay? So just go ahead and bet your life savings on it that tomorrow, that exclusive, exciting Neil Rogers refillable squeeze bottle will be at Char Huts, and then all you do after you make the purchase the first time, you take it back as many times as you want through Labor Day, and they will refill it with Coke or whatever you want for half price. I shouldn't say whatever you want because Steve's got the urine lady coming up next and somebody will get the wrong idea. So you'll get into Char Hut this weekend and get the Char Hut habit and load up on those delicious charbroiled burgers and hot dogs and chicken and that fantastic Italian sausage. It's the best in town at the Char Huts in Sunrise, Tamarack, Davie, Hollywood, Miami, Oakland Park, and Margate.
Sometimes callers to 610 WIOD's Steve Kane Show have a tendency to talk a little too much.
Talk too much.
If they're skinny and eating, it's okay. That means they're not getting fat.
Talk too much.
To me, to see these fat people walking around and think they're beautiful is ridiculous.
Wait.
I can't believe the things you say.
Wait a minute, sir.
To see fat people making themselves fatter by stuffing their fat mouth all the time.
Yes, you keep on talking, baby.
Get lost, creep.
You know you're bound to drive me away.
They come out of the woodwork for Steve Kane. Weekdays from 2 to 6 on News Talk Radio 610, WIOD.
Whoa, what's that you're carrying on your back?
It's my house. I'll be saddled with it for 30 years. Mortgage payments.
30 years? I know how you can get it off your back a lot sooner and save up to $75,000.
No, that's incredible.
Right. That's why U.S. Mortgage Exchange calls it the Incredible Shrinking Mortgage Savings Program. Guaranteed to save you thousands of dollars and reduce your payments by up to 12 years. There's no closing costs, no second mortgage, no refinancing, and no change in your monthly payments.
Oh, that is incredible.
Better yet, the program and the funds are administered through Sunbank Miami Trust Division as escrow agents, so you know it's safe. Here, let me help you. Call 1-800-654-8282 and get that mortgage off your back.
Wow, what a relief.
Call U.S. Mortgage Exchange, 1-800-654-8282, and find out exactly how much time and money you can save. Look for our ad in the Monday business section.
When 7-Eleven introduced the out-of-this-world Pepsi sale, they had no idea how far people would travel to take advantage of the great prices.
Hi, Earthling. The name's Zot.
Hi there. Nice leisure suit.
Thank you.
Yeah, what can I get you, Zot?
Ice-cold Pepsi. It is cold, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's cold.
Frosty cold?
It's cold already. What's the big deal?
Well, unfortunately, I'm from a planet that recently turned into a raging ball of fire.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so when I heard about 7-Eleven's incredibly low prices on ice-cold Pepsi, I figured I'd zip on over and grab a few cases.
Sure.
I like cold Pepsi because it's real real hot there.
Oh, I'll bet it is.
Yeah, but it's not so much the heat, it's the humidity.
Right.
It sounds like you doubt the fact that I'm from another planet.
I do.
Yeah, well, maybe that spaceship in your parking lot will convince you.
That's not a spaceship. It's a 34 cubic foot frost-free stand-up refrigerator with ice cube dispenser.
So?
The out-of-this-world Pepsi sale. It's unbelievable at 7-Eleven. The sign of the times.
Now, get out-of-this-world savings on 12-pack cans of Pepsi for just $2.99 for a limited time at participating stores. Prices may vary.
Okay, just try to control yourself, Joey. Well, it's true. He's just an emotional wreck, the bird. That's all. Maybe he just needs to get his feathers plucked or something. Anyway, the return of the urine lady on the Kane show today, and Sharon was just filling me in on all the gory details. Boy, it's too bad that I'm going to miss so much of it. I got to just race home because the Cubs and the Giants start at 1:20 Chicago time, so 2:20. So I'll get home at about 2:45. I'll miss about an inning and a half. So I won't be able to hear all the rest of that. Now, at what point does she do the magic deed? Sharon said that she goes to the ladies' room and she takes a... Oh, I guess I can talk about it because he's going to do it on the air. But, I mean, I can't even bring myself to talk about it. I'm not a goody two-shoes, but that is so gross. You know what I'm saying? And she's going to make a little sample in the cup in the ladies' room and then bring it up here and drink it on the air. Okay? And if this isn't bad enough, next Friday, Steve's going to have the BM lady. And wait till you see what she's going to do. It's going to be incredible, okay? Wow. All right, let's get this over with, because this has been one of the fastest shows, I think, in recent memory. It's gone by like lightning. We've had a great time today. There's been no pressure. Nobody's been surly. There's been nothing thrown around in the studio. I can't believe how good it's been. Margate.
Hi, Ian.
Palm Beach.
The urine lady needs to be on WIOD.
Dade.
Oh, my God, I'm losing my ass. It's not Vegas.
Broward.
I really don't appreciate your call.
You understand a word that, if you're going to use a phony voice, at least try to let us understand one or two words, okay? Broward.
Is it true Sally Fitz is doing the sequel to Batteries Not Included?
Dade County.
Don't be a urine head.
Boca. That's free for Boca today. You people in Boca are just destroying my life, okay? Broward.
Hello?
Good one. Broward.
WIOD Newsflash. Steve Kane gets pissed on today at 2 p.m.
Dave.
Maybe Kane will sample it first.
You're getting vicious again, folks. You're really getting vicious. Dade County. Palm Beach. This is good. This is easy. All I have to do is press the buzzer, and they're not saying anything today. Oh, now they're not on a bat line. Who do you think this is on a bat line? Hello. Yeah, exactly. Get lost, okay? Dade County, hello. Hello.
Hi, I'm Steve Kane, and I am a douchebag.
Broward.
Bring back the keeper? Oh, what the hell am I talking about?
Steve Stansel. Okay, we apologize, Steve. You know, it's that miserable Bill Wise. You know, he's a snake in the grass, okay? Never trust him. Never walk with him behind you in the hallway. Dade County, hello.
Does the urine lady sell big gulp?
Boca.
Steve Kane and the bird are assholes.
Boy, they're really vicious today. Broward.
Hello.
Dade.
Our around town says come by over here.
Boca.
You're dead without the bird.
Dade.
My head gonna explode if I don't get laid soon.
Broward.
This is Bush Bing Bang. This is the Axelson Broadcasting Network.
Broward.
Neil, you're a bastard.
Dade.
I love to hear myself gravel.
Palm Beach.
Steve Kane is a very nice guy.
Boca.
You're dead without the bird.
Oh, brother. That's all we get in Boca today, okay?
Same guy.
So I guess a week from Monday, they'll start calling back in from Boca. Dade County, hello.
This is Steve Kane for the Impotency Treatment Center.
Broward. Broward. Okay, well, every now and then we just hit the button to make sure it works, okay? 153 at WIOD. Hank Goldberg on Sports Talk tonight. Now, that's the real Sports Talk. We were just giving a warm-up today.
Sports Talk Junior.
Junior. And then we got Kansas City at the Yankees tonight, which ought to be really exciting. Doesn't even have a time for the game on here, so I guess, I figure who cares. And that's it.
No Bush Bing.
Yeah. Well, you're really getting involved here very heavily in the show. And if Joey's boss is listening, believe me, it's not his fault, okay?
Yeah, Bruce, you're an asshole.
Broward County, hello.
Bruce Sullivan is a manipulative asshole.
That sounded like a repeat, didn't it? Sounded like we just heard that. Dade County, hello.
WRMS.
Boca.
Here is Debbie's butt plug.
Palm Beach.
Will Jeff Charles please come to the studio?
Broward. Dade County.
Yes, this is the Medilab. Where do we send those urine samples?
Broward.
I'm on Felding and I'm dying over here.
Broward.
Doreen, I'm out.
Dade.
Steve, you're fired.
Palm Beach.
Hello, Neil, this is Sally.
What was that buzzing sound in the background there? Broward, hello.
Great show. Let's go next.
Okay. Dade, hello. Okay, we're on a roll now, I'll tell you. Boca.
Craig Worthing aboard with you?
Oh, yeah, that's right. The FTL lineup. We want to give them all the help we can give them. Monday starts that exciting lineup at WFTL. Craig will be doing midday, so I guess we have to say goodbye to a lot of our audience. And then in the afternoon, they got a guy, Mike Gordon. Isn't that his name? He's got that fish restaurant, or whatever the hell his name is, Mike Roberts. And then they got Ernie Sochin at night, who's going to do, Monday he's doing socks, and Tuesday he's doing toilet paper. And then, oh my God, from 11 p.m. to 3 in the morning, it's Norman Elliott Kent and the Rotisserie Baseball League show. Broward.
Yes, I'd like to order a cherry jello enema, please.
Oh, Boca.
Do you dump when you hit the dump button?
After a call like that, I sure think about it. Broward.
Urine Slurpees at your 7-Eleven.
Dade.
Steve Kane, T-Brain.
Oh, Broward. I don't know what that means, but I'm not... did you catch it? I couldn't even understand it. But, boy, what the hell is that? Look at that! We've already got some samples in the building. She's not even here yet. And the WIOD staff are running around with some hot, steaming samples.